Who we got with us right now?
My name is Barbara Scott. We're on the corner of Clarence and Natural Bridge in St. Louis, Missouri.
Tell us a bit about yourself, Miss Barbara.
I grew up on the north side of St. Louis in Walnut Park. I went to Walnut Park Elementary. The DSEG program was becoming popular when I was growing up in the 80s. So I got accepted to ROTC program, which was at Cleveland on South Grand in Louisiana. Class of 88, Yahoo. And I have 5 sons on this earth. And they good boys for the most part.
Not getting away from it. What kind of household did you come from?
Grandparents' house.
What did they teach you growing up?
Religion, respect, grace, and try to have no vices. Try not to have any vices. But I'm not a product of my environment, but I do have a dirty little secret. I smoke cigarettes. That's a bad vice. My grandmother didn't smoke, didn't drink, didn't cuss, but where we grew up and how she maneuvered through it, I watched that and I wanted to emulate that. And I did it the best I could with what I had, and I didn't want to talk like everybody else. As you notice, I kind of talk a little differently. And I'm a grandmother. I love it. I'm a grandmother. My mom is still alive. I never known my dad. That maybe kind of influenced my ways growing up with my boys because they were my kids. My kids. Like I said, my grandmother raised me. But I had my kids from birth till now. A couple of them still live in my house, which I own for myself now. It took me 20 years to do it, but I've always been taught. You gotta have somewhere to keep your stuff. And me, growing up, my stuff was my kids and all the shit I was dragging along with them. I always kept a whip, a car, kept them in school, the dentist, the doctor, the appointments, I was mom. And right now, I'm grandmother, and I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Where did life take you after school?
Raising the kids, getting a few jobs. I've been working down the road at the DAV for about 2 years. Whatever it took to swing the kids along. Their dad was around until maybe 10 years ago, and somebody decided to murder him, but that slowed me down a little because that was my friend. And we had 4 things on this earth in common, so that kind of made me drop my tea.
Not cutting you off. How did the loss of the children's father affect the children, in your opinion?
They were at the age in their early 20s back then, and that I knew bringing somebody else to try to, like me, a partner or a guy or somebody, wasn't gonna fly with them the way I was raising them. You not my daddy, I'm gonna call my, they even had songs about it, right? So I just gathered myself and raised my boys up. And then it got to a point in time in life where y'all grown, I did y'all, go find y'all a girlfriend, have a couple of kids, go do life. I've done it. I raised y'all. My turn again, because mine got girl interrupted, right? But that's okay. Because now I met an older guy who really treats me well, and he treats me like, he said, bunk the princess, you're a queen, ma'am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I really think that.
How was it raising 5 boys, like, as a single mom? Like, what kind of task was that?
Okay. I had to wear different hats. I was a mom and a dad. I had to talk to them about sex, about dirty girls, that all girls ain't right girls. 2 of my boys came home with 1 French girl and 1 an Indian girl. So I've already experienced in that they don't want nobody my pretty color. So, but that's okay. That's their life and their choice. But it wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad. I knew how to navigate it. I knew I would have been messing up if when their dad died, try to bring some next person in to replace. And don't do it. I've seen other examples in my life and relationships that don't do that. And I got one son, I call my criminal minded. He would have been the one trying to start it with the person, you know? So no. And he's the one that's giving me the 3 grandbabies. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Ms. Barbara, what kind of advice would you give younger mothers or younger people who are trying to find their way out here as young adults and they
don't fall for the okie doke and don't go for the sale. It ain't always a good sale. That buy one get one free shit. No, that's how they get you. That's what my grandfather always said. That's how they get you. And don't quit dealing with a bunch of girlfriends. No, I mean females. My friend and my friend. No. They're not. They're not. I got one friend, and we speak every now and then because that's how we got to do it. I don't need to be around her every day or be in her business or want her vice versa in mine. But every now and then, holidays and birthdays and stuff like that. How you doing? How the family? How's whoop-de-woo and whoop, catch up, talk to you. Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Not a lot of friends. Take care of your kids. Even if the baby daddy don't want to participate, those are your kids. You got a 9-month jump on the game. They live with you. You know them. They know you, your smell, your movements, your ways, deal with your kids. Deal with your kids. Even when it seems like it's worth it. Deal with your kids.
If you can go back at any point in your life, knowing what you know today, Ms. Barbara, and do anything differently, what would it be?
I wish her dad would. Well, that wasn't our agreement, so I can't really. Okay, he was a man for these streets, and I knew that going into it, but he didn't have a dad. I didn't. We didn't know. I had a grandmother. I knew how to show them how to make some homemade biscuits and some cornbread and some pancakes, and my kids were not for these streets because I wasn't having it. But I agree with him. I would grow them up, and when they came of age to want to be around, because kids have said, "Where's my dad? Who's my dad?" They always knew who he was because they looked just like him. He came around, but they could never go with him, could never spend the night. What we're going to do, we're going to do over my way because this is safe. It's mine, I'm buying it. I don't even know where you live. And you want me to let my kids go? So they have always resented me for that. But I got my reasons and my ways, and it was always the understanding. Grow them up, and I'll meet them on the back end. But he got taken away before that could happen. So be mad at life. Don't direct your anger at me or him, because for a long time I was mad at God.
And if there's anything you want to share in closing, Ms. Barbara, that you haven't said so far, any advice you want to give, wisdom you want to share, you can in closing.
Please pick up your faith. So many people in our age and this life now don't have a lot of faith. God, there is a God. There is a devil. There is evilness and goodness out here. It's not in everybody, but it's out here in this world. Sometimes the balance seems like a pendulum. It goes up and down, up and down. It's on us as human race, human beings, to try to keep it balanced out. Some years it seems like the badness be winning, and then I've been through it all. Up and down, up and down, up and down, and then the corona hit us. I thought I wasn't gonna make it. I didn't really want to make it. I thought I had lived out what I was supposed to have done. And my conscience, God, my spirit, whatever I want to call it, said I wasn't done yet. My little people ain't nothing but 7, 5, and 3. I got a long way to go. And my grandmother got to be 88 with God's grace. Graceful woman. She left me and I thought I lost my mind. So I don't want to do that to those people.
Ms. Barbara, we appreciate you taking time out with us to share with us, and we wish you all the best. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Handshake, please. Thank you. We over Corona. We over Corona. Handshake, handshake.